bantamweight category. Fighting out of the blue corner, Harun Kurt.
So already we're seeing a little bit of a trend so far, and in LFL 16, and that's with MMA fighters. You have different backgrounds, you come from different martial arts. We had Kavand at the beginning coming from his Kung Fu, Sadi with his boxing, and now Harun Kurt with Taekwondo. Started at 8 years old with his dad. And those father-son connections are always fascinating when they happen in MMA, right?
Yeah, Taekwondo was my first martial art. And so, of course, when we see Taekwondo, we think of flashy kicks, but there's also an element of mobility and the management of a large distance between you. There's a lot of tools that have been brought in. Again, it was something we talked about earlier, but that idea of MMA being a concrete permanent art form. It is not. It is an ever-changing art form. And the more sort of homogenous it becomes, the more valuable the outlier martial arts are.
Of course, in MMA it's impossible to be world-class at every aspect of it. So any difference you can do, any difference maker, you're always able to then maybe separate or provide a point where you're able to extend beyond what someone else is capable of.
I was training at Bob Schreiber's, and Stefan teaches there, and Stefan's a black belt who submits people off his back, but it's primarily wrestling that you teach because that's the modern version. So a young man like this with a Taekwondo root will be a very different martial artist.
When then his opponent fighting out of the red corner, Barry Irausquin.
Irausquin last fought on LFL 14, in which he won under 20 seconds with, I believe, a Conor McGregor, prime Conor McGregor, should we say, esque knockout in under 20 seconds. What a performance that was, Steph.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful job done there, landing that right hand. And I said it when we were talking about the fights early on. I love how he kept his eyes on his opponent. A lot of guys slip and duck and they have their eyes on the ground or wherever, but he kept looking at his opponent the entire time and pinpoint accuracy for the knockout. Beautiful job done in his first pro fight.
Yeah, and you did point that out while we were sitting in the open, that focus, that ability to like stay 100% focused and to be able to see and feel everything that's happening and absorb it all, but stay laser focused on whatever your task is in the moment. It's a wild thing. You're gathering information about what he does or what he may do or traps that you're setting up, but you're also trying to stay present in the exact moment of what you're dealing with at that time.
Yeah, there's so much going on, and keeping that focus is one of the hardest things for an MMA fighter, going in that cage with someone who's trying to attack you and take your head off, right? It's a scary thing, and when you're able to keep that focus, you're able to perform in a way that a lot of people will never understand.
Yeah, which is where you get moments like we saw last time from him. You know, when people talk about energy and cardio, quote, they talk about a bar of energy that goes down. Focus is like that too.
I agree 100%.
Here we go. Kurt is 4 years a senior of Irausquin. Irausquin, though, has a reasonably substantial height and reach advantage and is currently undefeated. But that might change tonight, so let's find out if it will.
When introducing first, the man fighting out of the blue corner, 29 years old, stands in at 5 feet 7 inches, 170 centimeters. He's from Germany, representing Turkey as well, and he's training at NFT. 1 professional fight on his record, 1 victory, the move, Harun Kurt. When then his opponent fighting out of the red corner, 25 years old, stands in at 5 feet 10 inches, 177 centimeters. He's from Curacao, and he's representing Fight IQ. 1 professional fight on his record, 1 victory, Barry Irausquin! When this LFL fight in the bantamweight category is scheduled 3 rounds of 5 minutes. When the referee is Mr. Daniel Sharifi.
Fight hard, fight connect. Listen to my comments all the time. No questions.
It's really important for
That's
Irausquin that he
back.
doesn't have the expectation of himself to do it fast again.
Yeah, you don't want to be dealing with that disappointment after 20 seconds in the fight, 100%.
Babe, fight it.
And, you know, at 22 seconds, it's all unfamiliar to him, so.
And we're off. Kurt in the blue short, Irausquin in the white and orange.
Irausquin's body type is just, you look at it, look at the length of that rear hand. Well, look at that bend in the elbow, how long it is from his hand to his elbow to his shoulder. A long, long arm.
Yeah, he's 5'10" or 177 centimeters at weighing in at 61 kilograms, which makes him a rather big boy for this division.
There's the Taekwondo background. What's interesting is that Irausquin is the taller fighter, much taller fighter, longer arms as well. But usually it's the Taekwondo fighters who have great distance control.
Yes.
So I'm very interested to see how it's going to play out and how he's going to deal with that reach advantage off Irausquin.
Irausquin looks great when he's southpaw, but when you are southpaw against the Taekwondo fighter, the rear leg, the right leg of Kurt is going to be his dangerous leg. Now Irausquin goes orthodox.
That was a cracking leg kick from Kurt.
And Kurt did a good job of fighting amateur. Instead of, you know, with his Taekwondo black belt, going straight to the pros, get that experience in, the experience of people taking you down, throwing different things at you then in Taekwondo.
Compare that knockout, Irausquin's knockout was from orthodox, but he's doing a lot of southpaw here tonight.
Yeah, he changes stances effortlessly. It's a good job there by Kurt to get him off balance there with that little push.
And that is part of a competitive Taekwondo game. You're so far on the outside, but when in danger and you lose sight of it, you go in super tight and you take away the gap.
And
So
Kurt,
it's a all the way out or all the way in style fighting.
and Kurt is doing a good job here, just with those movements, pressuring Irausquin to the cage.
He does a great job moving in and out.
And Kurt was neither impressed nor affected, at least in the way he's performing today, by that quick knockout of Irausquin. You know, that's part of the game, but it didn't change the way he's going to approach this.
Oh, it's a beautiful long left hand there by Irausquin.
Looking to counter Kurt as he comes in and tries to hit those points.
Stepped in, left head kick there by Kurt. Love how he set that up.
Kurt's side-to-side movement is really smart, and currently there's no super predictable pattern on it. Oh, and he tucks on one underneath.
Step in knee there by Irausquin.
He felt it.
Kurt is looking a little bit wide-eyed there. But comes swinging back and lands a nice left.
It's a fun fight, too. Kurt's, when he backs away light on his feet, and he's in control here, and he's going to come back in, and when he moves laterally, you don't really anticipate which way he goes, because he changes direction naturally.
Trading some leg kicks now, the pair of them.
Ooh, little outside crescent kick or axe kick.
A slight respite in the action, because these two have put the accelerator down for the last minute or so.
It's the rear kick by Kurt. He's trying to set up his right foot.
So far, the distance that Irausquin lost fighting at, using his range, is favoring Harun Kurt today, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's almost like Irausquin's jab length is Kurt's kicking range.
Oh, our first bit of wrestling we've seen so far.
By Kurt.
Kurt almost got him down, but Irausquin's now leveling up, but that's a nice knee on the raise there.
It's a high-paced fight. A lot of fun.
High pace, high skill, too.
We're just approaching 30 seconds left in this first round.
Some good head control there by Kurt, but good job by Irausquin to get out of the way.
Kurt was got in super deep when he went to get that double leg, and then he got it. And I think he was keeping that hidden. He didn't fake it. He didn't half shoot the double earlier. When it was time, he went. There's a right kick. Now he's faking the takedown a little.
The end of the first
Some
round.
fiery shots at the end of that exciting round. Both
Nico,
fighters
Nico.
landing high octane, high action. But Stefan, how would you call that one?
I think Kurt had the better of the exchanges, landed the bigger shots, but definitely some good moments for Irausquin as well. But he's really figuring Harun Kurt out. So what I expect is that Irausquin is going to change up his game in the second round.
Yeah, maybe try to put Kurt on his back. Don't be surprised if that's the conversation they're having right now. I liked when he would put that little Brazilian kick, kind of float his knee up and flip the shin or the instep over. He did that a couple times, did Irausquin. But yeah, really interesting fight.
It's like a whip.
Yeah.
1 second
Whipping
out
a wet towel.
for the second round.
We go the second of 3 rounds in this bantamweight bout. Irausquin in the white, Harun Kurt in the blue trunks. Begins slightly tentatively, but I don't think it'll take long for this to spark into life, as we just saw it happen there.
There's been a couple of times where they've clashed and Kurt has pushed. And it's a tricky thing when you push somebody away from you. You make a gap, they can punch to it. But high-end fighters do it all the time. Demetrius Johnson did it all the time. A little push in tight.
There's that shoot for the takedown that we were mentioning.
He's staying with it all the way across the cage, but Kurt turns him.
Can Irausquin reverse it?
Got to be careful with the knee here.
Yeah.
Or the knee for Kurt here in this position.
He's blocking it with his own thigh, but it's there now. Yeah. Fights his way out of it. It's the right, no, it's gone now. It was the right knee of Irausquin that was the threat.
And this is where maybe Kurt can use a little bit of that body shape to get under Irausquin.
Body lock. So Kurt's got 2 hands joined underneath. He might separate. Or he's going to drop way down and try to lock behind the thighs.
It's difficult when you're fighting a taller guy when you double unders.
He doesn't have it now anymore.
You have to
And
go,
Irausquin reverses.
you have to go really low, and then there's always the danger of guillotines and stuff like that.
Irausquin's done a really nice job. He was in a disadvantageous position. Now he's in a slightly advantageous 50-50 that favors him. Slightly better than 50-50 to him.
Oh, beautiful throw there.
Kurt, wonderful, and he slides into mount. He's still got 2.5 minutes to work here. Some big shots coming in, a few lefts dropping. Irausquin's managed to get back into half guards.
Now full guard. Yeah.
Very nice defense from Irausquin there when he could have panicked.
Harun Kurt has shown a lot of different skills. A lot of very different skills. He's being threatened for an armbar now.
He's got to be careful, especially because Irausquin's got his leg on the fence.
Looking for that. Ooh.
But when you roll for an armbar, sometimes you expose yourself. Now he's underneath.
Nice scramble. Great job by Irausquin there. Oh, that was
It's
position.
a standing Darce, yeah. Now he drops full. We saw him do that earlier.
He's got his hands locked.
He got this earlier, yes, and he gets it again. A lot of different skills out of this guy.
Yeah, he's a Taekwondo black belt, but he's built like a wrestler.
Yeah, he is, and he thinks like one when it's the right time to think like one.
Yeah, he's doing all the right things this fight so far. Really fun to see.
And Irausquin hasn't popped up with the same verve and vigor that he did earlier.
He can draw up to a knee here himself, but it's gone now. Yep, and he separates. I thought he might.
And here we go, what a fight, and a beautiful right from Irausquin.
Oh, nice jump, stepping knee there.
Yeah, Irausquin caught it, so he ate the knee, then caught the thigh.
Good job done there.
Get it a third
Irausquin.
time. No, he can't.
The pace in this fight is incredible. Drops down for a double leg again, but cannot get his hands locked. Good job done by Irausquin. Learned from the first 2 takedowns of Kurt.
Irausquin's elevating his game in this minute. You know, you're talking about the pace stuff on it. Even as we get into this minute, Irausquin's fighting even harder. Doesn't mean he won the minute, but he sure competed in it.
And managed to separate it now with big right from Kurt.
Irausquin lost fight.
Oh, that was going to be a knee, but because of his experience, he could change it into a push kick mid attack.
Irausquin has got a very economic fighting style, so he doesn't use a lot of energy, but also because he saves a lot of energy in the beginning of the fight, he's able to push the pace now more.
Yeah, and he has pushed it. Doesn't mean he has won the minutes. Stefan had Kurt winning round 1. I thought round 1 was very close, but Kurt, I would think it's pretty clear that he's taken this round.
Beautiful
The end of the second round.
That's round 2 gone. Robin, as we said, that if you are Irausquin's corner, now you have to say you could be 2 down.
So Kurt was at least equal in the punchy-kicky. I think he did even a little bit better, but he was also on top. He won the wrestling exchanges. He got the positions when he needed them. So I think most people would give Harun Kurt round 2. Round 1 is a little closer. There was the throw. There was some position where he could free a weapon.
He ended up in full mount as well, which is something judges will take notice of.
The knee hit him, but then he caught the thigh and worked from there. Here, throwing a knee, and then he pushed it into a kick.
You don't see that very often. Fantastic work.
1 seconds out for the 3rd and final round of this fight.
Irausquin's corner probably need to tell him to, this is the round, this is where he needs to change something.
You would tell him, you know, it's possible you're a round apiece, but you're certainly not winning. You're either down 2 or you're not winning. We need, first you try to win the minutes, then you try to win the round, and then you try to finish it. If you're just too horny to finish, you're, you know, you'll be taken down, right? Like, you've got to stay smart enough. 5 minutes a long time.
It's a good calf kick there by Kurt. Good way to mix it up. Instead of going high, he loves going high with his legs, but
yeah.
Everything Irausquin does is setting up those big, long punches of his. He's very economic with his kicks, doesn't use a lot of energy. They're not very powerful, but he's trying to get a reaction. But Kurt is just so fast. It's difficult to counter him and react on that.
Yeah, and he's hard to read. Even that hook, it didn't land, but, you know, his body first suggested other movements. So while you're trying to interpret what it is, a hook comes around the corner.
And everything Kurt does, he's able to follow up right away. He's always in position, always on balance.
Fake the low 2-3 times before going high there.
Yeah, he's got a great question mark kick. He throws it different than most fighters, though.
The lateral movement there for Kurt has been smart. That was a good read. It wasn't there, but it was a good interpretation by Barry there.
Oh, there's a nice right hand there by Irausquin.
Starting to make that work a little bit. But Kurt will be aware of it, undoubtedly.
Barely missed his target there with the push kick.
Kurt's getting a little precious, a little tiny bit fancy here. Maybe he's 10% slower and 10% more creative, and that can be a problem. Wants to close it, get a little more fundamental again.
It's another good right hand there by Irausquin.
He's hunting for that. He seems like he feels he might need it to finish. A nice leg kick to put Kurt off balance.
Harun Kurt's hands come down, and you think you can touch his chin, but he moves his torso really well.
Beautiful counter there by Kurt.
Comes in, lands a right on Irausquin. But Irausquin doesn't look bothered at all by it. It's a lot more of a tactical back and forth in the center of the cage this third round. It's either both of them are a little bit tired, or they're just trying to find that opening to actually finish this thing.
I want to see more out of Irausquin, though. He needs to understand it. He needs to do something. He needs to land something big. But the only way you're going to land that fighting a guy like Kurt is to really go after him, pressure him, put him up against the fence. This is what he needs to do.
Yeah, if he can, to Stefan's point, if he can push him that he has to go one way or the other, he moves out to his right. You hit him with your left weapons. He moves out to his left. You hit him with your right. But out here in the open field, Kurt is super unpredictable. He's many different fighters throughout these 13 and a half minutes.
And he seems a little bit faster than Irausquin as well, just always that millisecond or so ahead of him, which is stopping a lot of those shots hitting.
And normally, you know, that's always the case. The shorter fighter is usually the quicker, the faster fighter, right? But what you do then when you're the longer, the taller fighter, you keep him at distance. But Kurt loves fighting at the distance that Irausquin wants to fight. So it's really difficult riddle to solve for Irausquin. Oh, there's the big right hand!
That's how you solve it.
What? Irausquin is in full mount. We've got a 40 seconds. Oh, he's fallen off it.
Not there.
He's looking for a toss.
Yeah, or a knee when he comes up.
He's come round.
Can he finish him here?
30 seconds.
Irausquin's allowed Kurt to get up. This could be an issue for him.
Yep, very nice.
Sucks him. But Kurt is holding on for dear life here. Irausquin needs to separate.
Looking for the elbows. He needs to separate and look for another big shot. There he goes. There he goes.
Down. Does he have some time? 13 seconds.
It's a good knee. Good elbow. Oh, he lost.
Awesome fight. Awesome.
Oh, and again.
Hits him again. Wow.
Kurt goes all the way in. Knees.
Oh,
Manages to survive the end of this fight.
Irausquin at the end of that. What a performance.
Wow. That was awesome.
That was awesome. The fight explodes. Unbelievable.
It was a great tactical fight, but then, you know, the last minute, wow.
The same punch that he hit, that he won in 20 seconds, bink.
There,
Right there.
Man. No,
Right hand.
he was
That's twice he touches him.
shot.
And here it is. Here's the third one. There it is.
Oh, wow.
Same one, a little bit of a different arc, but the same concept as what he won in 20 seconds. He saved for the final 40 seconds this time. Took that long to find it.
And Kurt just managing to stay in that fight then as well, when it looked like he was inches from being pushed off that cliff into the abyss.
The scorecards for 1 and 2 were already in, of course. So if Stefan was the judge, Harun Kurt would win 2 rounds to 1.
Yeah, but it could be a draw.
It could be. I would love that.
Yeah.
I would love that.
Unbelievable fight. We saw so much in there. It was a veritable cornucopia of MMA. We had grappling, we had proper throwdown exchanges, we had kind of a ticky-tacky, touch long distance fight, and then a close knockout at the end. Unbelievable. Very close.
Well, first of all, ladies and gentlemen, a big applause for both athletes. Harun Kurt, Barry Irausquin. Went off the 3 rounds of 5 minutes. We've counted the points. And the winner of this fight is the man in the blue corner, Harun Kurt.
Congratulations on a great fight, man. Great fight. You, sir. Yes, please, please. Nope, no problem, my friend. That was a fantastic fight. Let's hear it for both these fighters.
So, Harun, when we were at the booth, Stefan Struve had you winning rounds 1 and round 2.
Der Ref hat beide Runden gewinnen lassen bis jetzt. Also der Kommentator hatte beide Runden vorne.
Did you feel like you had won the first 2 rounds?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And then in round 3, he catches you with the shot, and you have to hold on. That is not easy to do.
Ja, du hast, ne, der hat dich gesehen, der musste treffen.
This was a big surprise for me. Yeah.
I bet it was a big surprise. But
Sorry, bro.
no, guys, you deserve this. That is a hard fight against a fantastic young fighter. Thank you for a wonderful fight. Thank you. Your winner, Harun Kurt.
An amazing fight. We've had now 3 incredible bouts back to back, which, yeah, you can't really get much better than that, can you, Stefan?
No, it was a phenomenal fight and a great tactical fight up until that right hand, and then he showed he knows how to survive as well.
And listen, if you're Barry Irausquin, that is the greatest loss you can ever have in your life, where you push to the limit and you come back within micro measurements of winning. Stay in it right till the end, you know?